The wedding invitation hits the concrete with a wet slap. Amara stares at the envelope bleeding ink in a Lagos gutter. Inside, gold-embossed letters announce Tunde's wedding to Zainab, banker's daughter, society bride. Below the RSVP, front row reserved for the failure, dress accordingly. 3 years since he screamed barren curse at the hospital. 3 years since his family poured ash on her head in front of 127 villagers. 3 years since her father sold his land to repay the $2.5 million bride price, then died from the shame. This is one of those real-life stories rooted in African folklore, touching stories where patience becomes power. The kind of life stories that remind us African stories don't end where men say they do. Her sister whispers, "Don't go." Amara opens her closet. White fabric, brass jewelry, 3 small suitcases she's been packing for months. He invited the woman he destroyed, she says quietly. He'll meet someone else. 3 years earlier, the diagnosis that never was Sacred Heart Hospital, Lagos. Amara wakes from anesthesia, 2nd miscarriage in 18 months. The obstetrician's voice is gentle. Your uterus is healthy. Hormones normal. Sometimes these things just take time. She asks the question she's terrified to hear answered. Is it me? Medically? No reason to think so. But conception requires 2 people. Has your husband been tested? Tunde stands in the corner, stone-faced. He doesn't answer. Doesn't approach the bed. That night he packs his things. No discussion. No goodbye. Just the slam of the door and his mother's voice echoing from the stairwell. A tree that bears no fruit must be cut down. The village tribunal. 2 weeks later, Amara receives a hand-delivered summons. She's ordered to appear before the village council in Tunde's home compound, Anambra State. Under the 1990 Customary Courts Law, Section 14b, a marriage can be annulled if one party is incapable of fulfilling the primary marital obligation of procreation. No medical evidence required. Just the word of the husband and his family elders. She arrives to find 127 villagers seated in a semicircle. 34 of them hold phones, already recording. Tunde's mother, Mama Nkechi, draped in mourning black, stands beside a clay pot filled with wood ash. The head elder, a man of 83 years, speaks without looking at Amara. We perform Ikwa Obi, the severing of the heart cord. This woman has failed to bear fruit. The ancestors reject her womb. Mama Nkechi approaches. Her hand dips into the ash. Then she smears it across Amara's forehead, down her cheeks, across her throat, slow, deliberate, theatrical. The phones capture every second. You are Ogbanje, Mama Nkechi whispers, the word for cursed spirit child. You swallow seeds before they grow. By nightfall, the videos flood WhatsApp groups across 6 states. The captions write themselves, when God says no. Barren at 32. This is what happens when you marry wrong. Amara watches her life become a cautionary tale in real time. 1,147 shares in 12 hours. The debt that killed him, Tunde's demand, arrives by courier. N2.5 million bride price repayment, plus N400,000 for emotional damages and wasted reproductive years. Total N2.9 million. Amara's father, retired Chief Education Officer Okeke, surviving on a N45,000 monthly pension, reads the letter once. His hands shake. He says nothing. 3 days later, he sells his only asset, 3 plots of land in Nasuka valued at N3.1 million. He pays Tunde in cash, stuffed into a brown padded envelope. He hands it over in silence, turns, and walks away. Amara doesn't learn about the sale until it's done. 6 months later, September 14, 2022, her father collapses at morning mass. Massive stroke. The hospital admits him, but he has no insurance, no savings left. Amara sits by his bed for 3 days, holding his hand, watching machines breathe for him. He dies at 4:17 a.m. 3 days before his 68th birthday. The medical bill, N340,000, remains unpaid. They discharge his body only after Amara surrenders his wristwatch and wedding ring as collateral. At the funeral, 17 people attend, none from Tunde's family. Mama Nkechi posts on Facebook that same day. A photo of herself at a spa, caption reading Self-Care Sunday. Amara buries her father holding his final unsent letter. She doesn't read it until the mourners leave. One line destroys her, never defend yourself to fools. Build a life so loud, they go deaf. She folds the letter into her Bible. Plants a white lily bulb in a cracked pot on his grave. It's the only thing she can afford to leave him. Tunde's empire of lies 2 years pass. Tunde's Instagram account erupts 68,000 followers in 18 months. His bio reads, CEO Tunde Line Logistics, Overcomer, walking in my new season. To upgraded life, he posts daily. Luxury cars he doesn't own, rental fees hidden, office spaces he uses for photo shoots and 50,000 hour, designer suits purchased on credit, and 1.2 million owed to 3 tailors. His engagement rate is 14%, high enough to attract brand deals, low enough that sponsors don't audit his claims. He becomes a fixture on the motivational speaking circuit, men's conferences, church leadership seminars, business empowerment workshops. His speech never changes. I had to cut off dead weight to access my destiny. Some people are anchors. I chose to be a ship. The audiences eat it up. They don't know about the N22 million government contract that collapsed after financial irregularities surfaced. They don't know his logistics company has N18.7 million in unpaid supplier debts. They don't know his business account sits at N127,000, 2 months from bankruptcy. Then he meets Zainab at a wedding. Daughter of Mr. Kunle Adeyemi, CEO of Heritage Bank's Lagos Regional Division. Family net worth, conservatively M180 million. Tunde proposes in 4 months. Zainab's father agrees to fund a N12 million wedding. Grand ballroom at Echo Hotel, 500 guests, live band, same-day photo edit team. Mr. Adeyemi calls it an investment in his daughter's happiness. Tunde calls it survival. The invitation goes viral. 21 days before the wedding, Tunde films himself on Instagram Live. He holds up a gold-embossed envelope, zooms in on the name Amara Okafor. "You all been asking, am I inviting my EX?" He grins at the camera. "Hell yeah. Front row seat. She needs to see what happens when a man chooses himself." When he upgrades, he seals the envelope, kisses it mockingly, hands it to a courier on screen. "Watch her face when she sees my real wife," he says. "That's the content y'all want, right?" The video hits 2.3 million views in 48 hours. The comment section becomes a digital stoning. Imagine being so forgettable your ex wants you at his wedding just to flex. Barren women always play victim. He dodged a bullet. She's gonna cry when she sees that bride. So I'm here for it. Amara's phone detonates. Former co-workers tag her. Distant cousins forward the video. Strangers send DMs. "You brought this on yourself." Her principal at Sacred Heart Primary School calls her in. He doesn't meet her eyes. Parents have raised concerns. The social media attention. Your situation. They feel it's inappropriate for someone in your position to be teaching their daughters about family values. He slides a termination letter across the desk. No severance. Effective immediately. Amara packs her classroom supplies into a cardboard box. A student's crayon drawing. Miss Amara, best teacher ever, slips out, flutters into a puddle. She doesn't pick it up. Her landlord arrives 3 days later. "My wife saw the videos. She says it's bad luck. Having someone like you in the building. I need you out." The market women stop selling to her. Church removes her from choir. Old friends stop answering calls. In 3 weeks, Amara loses her job, her home, her community, her dignity. She's down to N15,000. Alone in a one-room apartment with no electricity, no hope, no future. She reads her father's letter one final time, then burns it in the kitchen sink. Funeral rites for the woman she used to be. She waters the white lily. The bulb hasn't sprouted yet, but she keeps watering. Year 1. Invisible. Amara steps off a night bus in Abuja at 4:47 a.m. 1 suitcase. N2200. No plan beyond disappear. She finds work at Little Stars Nursery in Woost Zone 3 and 38,000 per month. She changes diapers, serves lunch, rocks crying toddlers to sleep. Every child she holds reminds her of what Tunde's family stole from her. Evenings she sews at Garki Market, and 25,000 per month. Her fingers bleed from needlework. She wraps them and keeps stitching wedding dresses for brides who don't see her face. Weekends, catering gigs. And at 30,000 per month. She cooks in 50-litre pots, packs food into foam containers, serves guests who treat her like furniture. She shares a room with 2 women, splits N60,000 rent 3 ways. Eats once daily, white rice N200. Sleeps 4 hours. Saves everything else. By December, N380,000 in a pillowcase under her mattress. The white lily she planted finally sprouts, one green shoot pushing through cracked soil. She waters it every morning before dawn. Year 2. The Mentor. Mama Ngozi runs the largest textile stall in Woos Market. She's 62, gap-toothed, sharp-eyed. She catches Amara repairing a torn aso-oke with invisible stitches after hours. "You're wasting yourself in that nursery," Mama Ngozi says. "Come work for me. I'll teach you real money." Amara hesitates. "I don't know textiles. You know how to survive." "That's harder to teach." The offer, N60,000 per month plus 10% commission. Learn beadwork export. Source from Bida Benue. Photograph for international buyers. Shipped to US, UK, South Africa. Via DHL. Amara quits the nursery. Keeps catering weekends. Mama Ngozi teaches her the hidden economy, how Lebanese importers undercut locals, how to negotiate bulk pricing, how to underpromise and overdeliver. "Big businesses started small," she says. "You just have to outlast your shame." Amara creates an Etsy shop, Zara Beads NG. Anonymous, no face. No story, just clean product shots. First sale, Atlanta buyer, N18,000 profit. She stares at the PayPal notification for 10 minutes. It feels unreal. By month 6, Naman 20,000 monthly in online sales. She rents a kiosk in 180,000 per year. Paints it white, works 16-hour days. Hands cramping, eyes burning. Year-end revenue, N4.2 million. She's still nobody. Still using a fake name. Still invisible, but the numbers don't lie. The call that changed everything, March 2024. A South African fashion house emails her Etsy shop, Pan-African accessories line. Need 200 pieces month. Sustainable sourcing. Fair wages. N1.5M month for 12 months. Can you scale? N18 million contract. Amara reads it 17 times. She has no factory, no staff, no infrastructure. This is impossible. Mama Ngozi leans over her shoulder. "What's impossible?" "You need 12 hands instead of 2. So hire 12 hands." "Where?" "Where you came from." Return to Lagos. The crew. Amara flies back to Lagos after 2 years. Goes straight to Ajagunle, the slum where she used to scavenge fabric scraps. She finds 12 women, single mothers, widows, school dropouts. The offer, N80,000 per month, training, consistent work. 11 say yes immediately. The 12th, a woman named Patience, 43, 4 children, asks, "Why us?" Amara doesn't sugarcoat. "Because when I needed work, no one hired me." Someone has to break the cycle. She rents a studio in Surulere, in 600,000 per year. Buys equipment, and 2.8 million. Empties her savings completely. The South African order ships on time. Quality approved. N1.5 million clears into her account. She pays her staff first. Pays rent. Restocks supplies. For the first time in 3 years, she has money left over. She doesn't celebrate. She reinvests. By September 2024, N45 million annual revenue. She moves into a 2-bedroom in Lekki. N2.8M per year. Modest, private, hers. The Discovery. Planting the fuse October 2024. Amara's accountant files business taxes. During documentation review, she mentions needing old financial records from the marriage. Your ex-husband used your joint account for medical expenses. You might qualify for tax deductions if you can prove. Amara stops her. "What medical expenses?" The accountant pulls up bank statements from 2022, N340,000 withdrawal October 14th. Memo, Lagos Fertility and Andrology Clinic. Amara's blood runs cold. He told me he refused testing. He said fertility clinics were for weak men. This withdrawal came 3 days after your second miscarriage. Maybe he went privately. Amara calls the clinic. After 2 weeks of bureaucracy and a N15,000 administrative fee, they sent her a copy of the file. Patient consent form signed. Medical privacy waived for marital counseling purposes. The report arrives by email. She opens it alone in her apartment at 11 p.m. Patient Tunde Okafor. Date October 17, 2022. Diagnosis, Severe oligospermia sperm count, 4.2 million ml. Normal range, 15-200 million ml. Motility, 18%, normal, 40%. Recommendation, immediate treatment. Natural conception unlikely without intervention. He knew. He knew the entire time. And he let them destroy her anyway. Amara prints 3 copies, locks them in her safe. She doesn't tell anyone. Not Mama Ngozi, not Neka, not her lawyer. This isn't about revenge. It's insurance. The Lamborghini buying freedom, November 2024. Her accountant suggests a car. Uber to supplier meetings looks unprofessional. Amara test drives sedans, practical, sensible, invisible. Then she sees it. White Lamborghini Urus 2021 model, pre-owned, N85 million. Financing, N17M down, 5-year loan. Everyone tells her no. Mama Ngozi, that's pride, not strategy. Her accountant, that's 3 years of profit. Amara signs anyway, not because she needs transportation. Because Tunde once told her she'd never own anything. Never matter. Never be seen. This car is a promise to herself. I will never be invisible again. She parks it in a private garage. No social media posts. No announcements. She keeps driving her Honda Civic to work, but she knows it's there. The invitation arrives November 15th. Gold embossed envelope. Tunde's wedding to Zainab. December 6th. The note inside. Front row reserved for the failure. Come see what success looks like. Her sister Neka calls, frantic. He posted it online. 2 million views. He's planning to humiliate you on live stream. Don't go, please. Amara opens her laptop. Searches. Emergency foster to adopt Nigeria single parent. She's been researching for months. She books a flight to Enugu Desti Mary's orphanage. The family sister, Beatrice, leads her through the children's ward. Most want infants. The older ones remember abandonment. They need someone who stays. Amara stops at a corner room. 3 siblings share one thin mattress. Chidi, 4, protective, serious. Amaka, 3, bright smile, missing tooth. Dubam, 3, silent, watches everything. Their mother died delivering the twins. Father vanished. They've been here 19 months. 7 families visited. None took all 3. Amara kneels. What are your names? Chidi answers for all. We stay together. We're a family. Amara's voice cracks. I'm looking for a family. Do you need a mother? Dubam grabs her hand, doesn't let go. The process is brutal. Background checks, home studies, financial audits, psychological evaluation. Emergency foster to adopt petition. N450,000 in legal fees. She pays it in cash. November 20th, 16 days before the wedding. The judge signs the decree. Final adoption pending 6-month review. Amara brings them home. 3 suitcases, pink, blue, yellow. Chidi whispers, "Is this forever?" Amara pulls all 3 close. Forever. I chose you. And I keep promises. The final call. Tunde phones 4 times that week. Different numbers. She answers once. What? I saw. You have kids now, adopted? That's pathetic. You couldn't have your own, so you bought some. Amara's voice is ice. I RSVP'd, yes, I'll be there. Why? To beg, to cry for closure. No, to close the chapter you started. Front row. Like you asked. She hangs up. Blocks every number. Neka arrives. You're really going? Amara gestures to the triplets sleeping. They asked about their father. I said I'd tell them the truth when they're older. But first they need to see who their mother is. By confronting him. No, by showing up whole. She lays out her outfit, white iro and booba. Brass jewelry. Lamborghini key. The medical report sits in her purse. She doesn't plan to use it, but if he forces her hand, she will end him. The white lily has multiplied, 15 pots now on her balcony. Resurrection isn't loud, it's patient. November 22nd, 14 days out. Tunde's logistics office, Victoria Island. His business manager, Emeka, spreads 3 red-stamped envelopes across the desk. Supplier lawsuits. Filed Monday. N18.7 million total. Settlement deadline December 10th, 4 p.m. 4 days after your wedding. Tunde's calculator app shows N127,000 in his business account. Not enough to cover 1 month's rent. The wedding generates social capital, Tunde says. Brand deals follow. We survive until then. Emeka's face says he doesn't believe it. Your engagement dropped to 23% last month. Sponsors aren't responding. Tunde ignores him, opens his laptop, refreshes the wedding livestream setup. 3 cameras, audio sync tested, comment moderation off. He wants chaos, virality, spectacle. His phone vibrates. Mr. Adeyemi requesting urgent meeting tomorrow. Damn, he deletes the notification. November 23rd. Amara's preparations, Amara's Lekki apartment. 6:15 a.m. The triplets eat breakfast. Chidi focused, Amaka singing. Dubam observing everything. Where are we going, Mama? Chidi asks. Shopping. You need new clothes. For what? The day I close an old chapter. So we can start writing ours. Balagan Market, 10 a.m. She orders 3 matching outfits, white traditional gold embroidery. Temahun 40,000. The tailor recognizes quality work. Big occasion. A wedding. Yours, someone else's ending. Back home, she retrieves the medical report from her safe, photographs it, uploads to 3 cloud accounts, prints 2 copies, one for her lawyer, one sealed in an envelope labeled, "Open if I disappear." She's not seeking revenge, but she's arming for defense. November 23rd, Mr. Adeyemi's ambush. Heritage Bank Executive Office, 9:17 a.m. Tunde arrives 17 minutes late, sweat-stained shirt. Mr. Kunle Adeyemi doesn't offer tea. Slides a folder across. Tundeline Logistics Financial Audit, 2023 to 2024. I run background checks. Standard practice before my daughter marries. Tunde's throat closes. Negative N4.2 million net assets. 3 pending lawsuits. Your Instagram says CEO. This says bankrupt. Those numbers are outdated. We have contracts. Show me. They're confidential. Confidential or non-existent. Mr. Adeyemi leans forward. I'm funding this N12 million wedding. You lied to my daughter about solvency. You lied to me. Every businessman goes through transitions. Every con artist says that. Here's the deal. You marry Zainab. You sign a postnuptial. You never touch her inheritance. And if you default, I pay your debts. Then you work for me until every naira is repaid. Clear? Tunde nods, voiceless. And Tunde, if you turn this wedding into a spectacle about your ex-wife, if you humiliate my daughter, I will end you professionally, socially, financially. Understood? Yes, sir. Tunde sits in his car 40 minutes after, staring at nothing. Calls his videographer. Cancel the live stream. You sold 200 VIP slots. That's in 6 million revenue. Cancel it. He opens Instagram. Deletes the bachelor party video. Posts wedding now private, intimate, family only. Zinos chapter. The comments erupt in confusion. He turns off his phone. November 24th. Zainab's Auditeco Hotel Ballroom dress rehearsal. So the wedding planner reviews seating with Zainab. Front row left, Amara Okafor. Who's that? Zainab freezes. His ex-wife. The planner blinks. I'm sorry, his what? Zainab's bridesmaid Tola interrupts. That's insane. Why invite an ex to your wedding? He says she needs closure. To see him happy. Tola pulls out her phone, searches Amara's name. Finds nothing, no Instagram, no Facebook, no trace. She's a ghost. People don't vanish unless they're ashamed or planning something. That night, Zainab confronts Tunde. Why did you really invite Amara? He's ready. I want her to see I've forgiven her. It's Christian closure. You don't sound peaceful when you mention her. Talking brings back pain. But seeing her one last time, in a context where I'm clearly happy, that's healing. Zainab wants to believe. So she does. But she opens her laptop after he sleeps. Searches Amara Okafor Tunde divorce. Finds a 3-year-old video. Village ceremony. Ash being smeared. Amara's face blank, destroyed. Caption. Barren wife shamed publicly. Zainab watches it twice. Her stomach turns. She doesn't wake Tunde, but she saves the video link. November 26. Barrister Chukwudi Amara meets her lawyer at Lekki Cafe 3 p.m. She hands him a USB drive. Medical proof my ex-husband knew he was infertile, but he destroyed my reputation, forced my father to repay N2.9 million. My father died from the stress. Chukwudi reviews the documents. Defamation case. Emotional distress. N20 million minimum damages. Maybe more. I don't want money. Then what? I want him to know I could destroy him. But I'm choosing not to. I want him to live with that mercy. Chukwudi leans back. That's crueler than revenge. No, revenge makes him suffer. This makes him free. Free to face the truth or keep running. His choice. And if he attacks you publicly, then I defend myself. But I won't fire first. November 28th, Mama Nkechi's Kalamara's phone rings, 11:42 p.m. Unknown number, heavy breathing. Amara, it's... Mama Nkechi. Amara's voice is ice. How did you get this number? I paid someone. Please, don't come to the wedding. It'll only cause pain. For who? Me or your son? Silence. Then for him. His business is collapsing. Zainab's father is threatening him. If you show up and make a scene, I RSVP'd. I'm attending as a guest. But why? To humiliate him. Amara laughs, bitter, sharp. You poured ash on my head in front of 127 people. Called me cursed. Watched your son bankrupt my father. And you're asking me why I'd attend a wedding. I know what we did. I live with it every day. But two wrongs, I'm not making a wrong. I'm showing up as the woman who survived your wrong. If that terrifies you, ask yourself why. She hangs up. Neka listening from the doorway. You're really finishing this? I'm not finishing him. I'm finishing what he started. There's a difference. December 1st, the message Tunde's office, 2:14 a.m. He hasn't slept in 36 hours. His desk, energy drinks, unpaid invoices. Laptop open to cached photos of Amara from 2021. He searches Amara Okafor Lagos. Nothing. Amara Okafor business. Nothing. Amara Okafor children. Nothing. She's erased herself or evolved beyond him. WhatsApp notification from unknown number. See you Saturday. Front row. Just like you asked. I attached. Photo of 3 small children in white outfits. Faces hidden. Hands holding a single white lily. Tunde types back, who are they? No response. He calls Amara's number, blocked. Calls Neka, blocked. Calls Mama Ngozi's shop, pretending to be a customer. Shop girl. Mama Ngozi is preparing for a wedding. Very important client. Which wedding? I don't know. She just said it's historical. Tunde hangs up. His chest constricts. She's coming. With witnesses. With children. He opens Instagram, drafts, wedding postponed, family emergency. His finger hovers, can't postpone. Non-refundable deposits. Zainab's father will call him weak. Guests confirmed. And beneath the fear, he wants this. He wants to see her broken. He wants to win. He deletes the draft. December 4th, Zainab's discovery, Zainab's penthouse, 11 p.m. Tunde's in the shower. She opens his laptop, password saved, finds his search history. Amara Okafor Lagos 47 times. How to cancel wedding last minute. What if ex-wife shows up at wedding? Defamation lawsuit, Nigeria statute of limitations. Her blood runs cold. She opens his text drafts. Finds 17 unsent messages to Amara's old number. Don't come, please. I'm sorry for what happened. Can we talk before Saturday? You win. Just don't come, none sent. All deleted. Zainab closes the laptop. Her hands shake. She doesn't confront him. Not yet, but she calls her father. Daddy, I need you to do something at the wedding. If anything goes wrong, if Tunde's ex causes drama, I need you to handle it quietly. What kind of drama? I don't know yet, but I think she's coming for revenge. Mr. Adeyemi's voice hardens. Then let her come. I'll have security ready. December 5th. One day before Amara visits her father's grave, Ikoyi Cemetery, 4 p.m. The white lily she planted 3 years ago, now 18 blooms. She kneels, touches the headstone. Papa, tomorrow I turn on the lights. Not with anger, with truth. Shame dies in sunlight. You taught me that. She drives the triplets home, bathes them, reads them a story about a woman who plants gardens in deserts. After they sleep, she lays out tomorrow's outfit. White iro and booba. Brass jewelry. The medical report in a sealed envelope. She texts Neka, pick us up 5:45 p.m. tomorrow. Wear white. Then she turns off her phone, lights a candle, sleeps deeper than she has in 3 years across Lagos. Tunde lies awake, staring at his ceiling, laptop open to the WhatsApp photo of 3 children holding a lily. He whispers to the darkness, who are they? No answer comes. December 6, 2025, 6:42 p.m. The arrival white Lamborghini Urus, Echo Hotel entrance, engine purring low. Valet attendants freeze mid-conversation. Driver's door opens. Amara steps out. White Iro and Booba, brass catching gold hour light. She moves like water, calm, inevitable. Rear doors open. 3 children emerge in matching white. Chidi 4, Amaka 3, Dubam 3. Security approaches. Name, madam? Okafor Amara, front row left. He checks his tablet. Eyes widen. Radios, someone. Steps aside. Guest in parking lot, phone to ear. Yo. The EX just pulled up in a Lambo. With kids. Another guest starts live streaming. This is about to be crazy. By the time Amara reaches the entrance, 17 people are recording. 4 p.m. The Walk Grand Ballroom. 487 guests. Crystal chandeliers, gold chairs. 12-piece orchestra playing Pachelbel's Canon Tunde at altar. Cream Magbada, gold embroidery. Sweat pooling under his collar despite air conditioning. Zainab beside him, ivory gown, veil down, gripping her bouquet so hard her knuckles are white. The double doors open. Orchestra doesn't stop. But conversations die like switched-off radios. Amara enters. Triplets flanking her. No rush, no hesitation. Just forward, don't. Every head turns. A wave of motion from back to front. Tunde sees her. His face drains to grey. Zainab follows his eyes. Her breath catches audibly. The mic at the altar picks it up. Amara reaches front row, left side, seat 3. Exactly where designated. She sits. Children settle beside her. She adjusts her jeel, crosses her ankles, looks directly at Tunde, doesn't smile, doesn't glare. Just looks like she's already forgotten him, but came to make sure he remembers her. Between 2 p.m., the ceremony cracks Pastor Olumide. Clears his throat twice before speaking. Dearly beloved, Tunde can't focus. His eyes snap to Amara every 6 seconds. She never looks away. Zainab leans in, whispers, "Who are those children?" "I don't know." "She's your ex-wife and you don't know?" "She couldn't have kids." "She was," the pastor's voice rises. "If anyone objects to this union, speak now or forever hold your peace." Routine line. No one ever speaks. Amara stands. The room inhales collectively. Phones swivel toward her like metal to magnet. Pastor Olumide stutters. I need to say something." Her voice is steady, projected, cuts through the silence. "May I?" Tunde's groomsmen move forward. Mr. Adeyemi, Zainab's father, front row right, raises his hand. "Stop." Zainab turns fully toward Amara. Her voice shakes but holds. "Let her speak." Tunde grabs her arm. "Zainab, no." She yanks free. "I said let her speak." 53 p.m. The truth. Amara doesn't move from her spot. Everyone rotates to face her, a theater in reverse. 3 years ago, she begins, voice clear as ringing crystal. This man's family held a ceremony. They poured ash on my face, called me cursed, barren, worthless. 127 people watched. 34 recorded it. Phones across the room immediately search for the video. Several find it, show their neighbors. They demanded N2.9 million. My father sold his land to pay them. 6 months later, he had a stroke. He died holding my wedding photo. Zainab's hand flies to her mouth. Her bouquet slips, catches on her wrist. Tunde told everyone I couldn't conceive, that I was the problem. For 3 years I believed him. She reaches into her purse. The room holds its breath. She pulls out a folded document. Doesn't open it. 3 days after my second miscarriage, Tunde went to a fertility clinic. Privately, got tested. The results are in my hand right now. Tunde's voice cracks like breaking glass. That's illegal. Medical privacy. You waived privacy when you signed the consent form. For marital counseling purposes. Remember? His face confirms it. These results show your sperm count was critically low. Natural conception. Nearly impossible. The doctor recommended immediate treatment. She holds up the paper. Doesn't read details. Just holds it high, you knew. And you destroyed me anyway. 4:55 p.m. The breaking Zainab turns to Tunde. Her voice is a whisper that the altar mic amplifies to thunder. You told me she was broken. I can explain. You said she blamed you for her own failure. It's more complicated than you knew. She's screaming now. You let your family destroy her. Let the whole country mock her. While you knew the truth, Tunde reaches for her. Baby, please. She slaps his hand away. The sound echoes. 300 phones capture it. Amara continues, voice calm over the chaos. I'm not here for revenge. I'm here for closure. She walks toward the altar, slow, deliberate. Tunde backs up until he hits the flower arrangement. She places the document on the white aisle runner. Doesn't hand it to him, just sets it down. Then she speaks directly to him, voice low enough that people lean forward to hear. You invited me here to humiliate me. To prove you upgraded. So let me show you what an upgrade looks like. 6:57 p.m. The reveal, she gestures to the triplets standing in the aisle now, holding hands. These are my children. Chidi, Amaka, Dubem. I adopted them 16 days ago. They're not from my body, but they're mine in every way that matters. Tunde's voice is hoarse. You can't adopt as a single woman in Nigeria. Child Rights Act 2003, Section 131. Single adults can adopt with financial stability and home studies. I have the decree. Do you want to see it? Or are you done questioning me? Someone in the crowd shouts, Drag him! Another, she's bodying him. Zainab removes her veil, drops it. The fabric floats to the floor, the iconic moment. Like a white flag of surrender. You built our entire relationship on lies, she says to Tunde. You invited her here to torture her because you couldn't face yourself. Mr. Adeyemi stands, voice booming. Tunde, is this true? Did you blame her for your infertility? Tunde's mouth opens, closes, opens again, finally barely audible. Yes, the word detonates. Gasps, shouts, chairs scraping. 59 p.m. The Mercy Zainab walks off the altar without looking back. Bridesmaids follow like dominoes. Amara picks up the document, walks to Tunde. They stand 18 inches apart. You wanted me broken, she says quietly, just to him. But broken things can be reforged. You're still the same rust. She rips the paper in half, then quarters. Lets the pieces fall around his feet like ash. I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, because I deserve peace. But my children will know this story. They'll know what happens when cruelty goes unanswered. She turns to the crowd, raises her voice. To everyone who shared those videos, who called me cursed, look at me, I am whole. I am free, and you are all witnesses. She gathers her triplets, walks toward the exit. The ballroom is silent except for the clicking of 400 phones and the soft strings of the orchestra, still playing because no one told them to stop. 2 p.m. The collapsed Tunde drops into a chair, head in hands. Groomsmen scatter like roaches in light. Mr. Adeyemi looms over him. You humiliated my daughter on camera. You lied to my face. I'm canceling the N12 million payment. You'll repay every naira with interest. Security, remove him. 2 guards escort Tunde out through the service entrance. No Agbada, no dignity. Just a man in wrinkled clothes who bet everything and lost. Guests swarm the exits, phones out. It's already posting. Lamborghini Mer, 67k tweets in 8 minutes. Justice for Amara, 94k. Amara Okar, 143k trending, worldwide 7:09 p.m. The exit parking lot. Amara straps triplets into the Lamborghini. A small crowd gathers. Guests, staff, strangers drawn by commotion. A woman approaches, tears streaming. I saw your video 3 years ago. I didn't speak up. I'm so sorry. Amara meets her eyes. Speak up for the next woman. That's enough. A young bride-to-be calls out, what would you say to someone in your position? Amara pauses, hand on the car door. Shame is a story people tell about you. The moment you stop believing it, you become untouchable. She slides into the driver's seat. Engine roars. Taillights disappear into Lagos twilight. Behind her, an empty ballroom, scattered programs, a torn document like confetti, and a dropped veil that no one picks up. By 8 p.m., the space is silent, but the internet is deafening. p.m., Zainab's last word, Zainab's penthouse. Sweatpants, bare face, hair down. Her father sits across from her. Are you okay? No, but I will be. She opens Instagram. Posts, I met my husband's ex-wife today. She taught me more about dignity in 3 minutes than he did in 2 years. Thank you, Amara, you saved me. The post, 1.8 million likes in 5 hours. 340k shares. Amara never sees it. Her phone is off, she's home, tucking in 3 children who finally have a mother who will never leave. Chidi whispers, Mama, you were so brave today. She kisses his forehead. No, baby. I was just finally free. She turns off the lights. The white lilies on the windowsill glow in the moonlight. 15 pots now. Blooming wild. Resurrection doesn't announce itself, it just grows. December 9th, 3 days after Amara's kitchen. 7:15 a.m. Triplets eat breakfast. Her phone, turned on for the first time since Saturday, shows 847 missed calls, 12,000 Instagram DMs, 403 interview requests. She deletes the apps. Keeps only WhatsApp for business. Neka arrives with 5 newspapers. Every front page, Amara's face. Lamborghini revenge. Ex-wife destroys groom at wedding. Viral humiliation when karma wears heels. Justice for Amara trends worldwide. Amara doesn't read past the headlines. They're calling it revenge. It wasn't revenge. What was it then? Boundary setting. Loudly. Neka studies her sister. You're not happy. I'm relieved. That's different. Chidi tugs her sleeve. Mama, why are you in the newspaper? Amara kneels. Because sometimes grown-ups have to stand up for themselves. And people pay attention. Did you win? She pauses. I survived. That's better than winning. December 11th, Tunde's collapsed. Tunde's rented room, Yaba. N25,000 monthly, shared bathroom, thin mattress on cracked floor. Consequences arrived fast. Send 2-hour aftermath. Instagram. Deactivated after death threats. Tunde line logistics. N18.7M in default judgments. Assets frozen. Church. Leadership removed. Membership suspended. Zainab. Engagement ring returned by courier. No note. Mr. Adeyemi's lawsuit. N20M total. N12 wedding plus N8M fraud damages. His phone rings. Mama Nkechi, 9th call today. He answers. Come home, Tunde. Home to what? You destroyed her too, Mama. You poured the ash. Long silence. I know. I can't sleep anymore. Good, neither can I. He hangs up. Stares at the ceiling. Doesn't move for 3 hours. December 14th. The visitor Amara's doorbell, 2:18 p.m. Security camera shows Mama Nkechi. Alone. No car. Cloth bag in hand. Amara debates not answering. Opens the door. Doesn't invite her inside. I came to apologize. Mama Nkechi's voice cracks on every syllable. I led the ceremony. I called you cursed. I believed lies because truth was harder. Why are you here? Because I need you to know I'm sorry. And I'm not asking forgiveness. I'm asking how to live with what I did. Amara's jaw tightens. You can't undo it. Then tell me what I can do, Amara considers. St. Mary's Orphanage, Enugu, volunteer, 20 hours a month. 1 year minimum. Learn what it means to love children who aren't yours. Mama Nkechi nods, tears streaming. I'll go this week and write a public confession. Not to me, to every woman you and your son destroyed. Own it, specifically. I will. Then we're done. Amara steps back. Wait, the children. Are they safe? Amara's voice drops to ice. Safer than I ever was in your son's house. Door closes. Mama Nkechi stands there 5 minutes before leaving. December 20th. The confession. Mama Nkechi's Facebook post goes live 6:47 a.m. I destroyed an innocent woman. My name is Nkechi Okafor. 3 years ago, I led a ceremony to shame my daughter-in-law, Amara. I poured ash on her face in front of 127 witnesses. I called her Ogbanje, cursed spirit. I demanded N2.9 million from her family. Her father died 6 months later from the shame and financial ruin. I did this because my son lied. He told me she was barren. I never asked for medical proof. I never questioned him. Believing was easier than accountability. I weaponized our culture to justify cruelty. I was wrong. Completely devastatingly wrong. To Amara, I cannot undo what I did. But I will spend my remaining years teaching mothers not to repeat my evil. To every woman we shamed, you deserved truth. You deserved dignity. I stole both. I am sorry. 480,000 shares in 36 hours. Comments split. Half condemn her, half respect the honesty. Amara sees it. Doesn't comment. Forwards link to Sister Beatrice. She'll volunteer. Don't make it easy. January 15th, 2026, Amara's private Amara's bedroom, 2:43 a.m. She can't sleep. Again. 4th night this week. Fame has a price. Her business website crashes from traffic. Strangers recognize her at markets, demand photos, ask invasive questions. 3 reporters camp outside her gate. Her fan mails her a marriage proposal. She's hired security, N1 20,000 monthly, Anika finds her staring at her phone, scrolling through think pieces about her story. You okay? They're calling me a hero. I'm not a hero. I'm just someone who refused to stay small. That's why they're calling you a hero. But what if the kids see all this one day? What if they think their mother is someone who humiliates people publicly? You defended yourself. There's a difference. Amara sets down her phone. I thought closure would feel different, lighter, but I just feel too tired. That's healing. It's exhausting before it's freeing. February 2026. Structural shifts, real reforms emerge. Slow but concrete. Legal. Senator Nwabuezi introduces customary marriage reform bill limiting bride price repayment, claims to end $500,000 maximum, requires medical evidence before annulment. Bill passes first reading institutional. 3 Lagos megachurches adopt mandatory premarital fertility counseling. Both partners tested. Results private, no judgment. Social, St. Mary's Orphanage reports 412% increase in single-parent adoption applications. Sister Beatrice tells media. Amara showed that family isn't biology. It's commitment. Amara is invited to testify before Senate committee. She accepts. Brings the triplets, her testimony 8 minutes. I'm not asking for revenge laws. I'm asking for truth laws. Require medical proof before shame. That's all. Bill advances to second reading. Victory isn't guaranteed, but it's possible. March 2026, separate paths Amara. Revenue N54 million annually. Launches single mother scholarship fund. N2M yearly 5 recipients. Moves to larger home in Ikoyi. 4 bedrooms, garden for the lilies. Triplets thriving. Chidi reads chapter books. Amaka dances in Easter recital. Dubam says, I love you, Mama, without prompting. Tunde works logistics coordinator for Mr. Adiemi's company, N180K monthly. Pays N350K debt from savings and weekend jobs. Therapy twice weekly. No social media. Hasn't contacted Amara in 89 days. Mama Nakichi completes 160 volunteer hours. Starts Mothers Confronting Harm support group. 12 members. Writes handwritten apologies to 4 other women, her family shamed. 2 respond. 2 don't. Zainab. Engaged to Chinedu, a civil engineer. Small wedding planned, 40 guests, no live stream. She DMs Amara once. Thank you for showing me what self-respect looks like. Amara reads it. Doesn't reply. But she screenshots it. April 2026. The final exchange. Amara receives certified mail. Legal envelope. Inside a check for N2.9 million. Made out from Tunde Okafor memo line. What was stolen? Not what was owed. No letter. Just the check. Amara stares at it for 20 minutes. Calls her lawyer. Cash it or symbolic gesture? Barrister Chukwudi asks. Cash it. Then donate it. Every naira. To who? St. Mary's Orphanage. Adoption Support Fund. In my father's name, she endorses the check. Writes on the back, Chief Okiki Memorial Fund for children waiting for someone to stay. That night she plants 3 new white lilies, 1 for each child. Not because of Tunde's repayment. Because she's building a garden that has nothing to do with him anymore. Forgiveness isn't reconciliation. It's planting flowers in soil he can't touch. 18 months later, October 2027, Amara's garden, Ikoyi, Saturday morning, 8:45 a.m. The triplets, ages 5, 6, race between 23 white lily bushes. Chidi chases Amara. Dubam waters plants. Amara watches from the porch with coffee. Her laptop shows business dashboard. N67 million annual revenue. 43 employees. 38 of them single mothers from Ajegunle. Chidi runs up, breathless. Mama, can we plant more flowers? Yes, but you dig. I'll supervise. Why can't you dig? Because I'm teaching you to build things that last without me. He nods, serious. Runs back, this is the victory. Not the wedding video with 12 million views. Not the Senate bill. Not the brand deal she declined. This 3 children who sleep through the night because they know she's staying. Where they stand Tunde. Debt-free after 18 months. Dating a teacher who knows his past. No social media. Therapy ongoing. He and his mother meet twice monthly, learning forgiveness slowly, imperfectly. Mama Nkichi. Volunteers 20 hours monthly at St. Mary's. Runs support group with 27 members. Writes personal apology letters, not for publicity, for penance. Zainab married Chinedu last spring. Small ceremony, no cameras. Pregnant now. She texted Amara once, "You saved my life." Amara replied, "You saved your own." "I just showed up." The Law Customary Marriage Reform Act passed August 2027. Bride price repayment capped at N500K. Fertility-based annulments require medical proof from both parties. Ash ceremonies legally classified as emotional abuse. N5M fine. Up to 2 years imprisonment. St. Mary's Orphanage. 340 adoptions since December 2025. Sister Beatrice tells reporters, Amara proved family is a verb, not a noun. That night Amara tucks the triplets in, reads a story about planting forests from single seeds. Dubem whispers, "Mama, will you tell us about our first mama someday?" "When you're ready. She loved you enough to want you safe. I love you enough to keep you that way." Amaka yawns, "Are we safe forever?" "Yes, baby, forever." She turns off the light. Stands in the doorway watching them breathe, steady. Certain home later on the balcony. Lagos skyline glowing. White Lamborghini in the driveway. She drives it twice monthly now, mostly for herself. She doesn't pray aloud anymore. Just lights a candle. Lets the quiet say what words can't. The lilies sway in night breeze. Blooming wild. Blooming free, resurrection doesn't announce itself. It just grows. We want to hear from you. This is one of those African stories that refuses to end quietly. These touching stories are the real-life stories that reshape futures. Life stories like Amara's prove African folklore isn't history, it's prophecy. Your turn question. What would you have done with that wedding invitation? Burned it? Gone? Ignored it? Tell us in the comments. The most powerful answer gets pinned. Have you been blamed for something you didn't do? Share your story below. Someone scrolling right now needs to hear it. Type boundaries. If you believe forgiveness doesn't mean surrender, subscribe so you never miss stories of justice, resilience, and women who refuse to stay small. Share this with someone who's been called too much or not enough. Remind them they're exactly right. Coming next week. She was the maid he fired for being ugly. 5 years later, she walked in as his new boss. Shame is just a story someone told about you. You get to write the ending.